Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that came in from White Mountain Knives. This is the Hectare, all right, model number J, 1935, sand polish ARRP blade, and there's a black G10 handle. So let's take a look at this, kind of a cool little knife. I'm pretty excited about this one. So it is called, am I saying it correctly? What do we call this one again? Oh gosh. Yeah, it is the Hectare. It's the pocket knife. All right, so this is a crossbar lock. So let's take a look at this. Wasn't sure if I was pronouncing that correctly. All right, so here we go. Let me put that over to the side. Oh, it's got a nice little cloth. Ooh, that's a nice cloth. I might actually be keeping that one. You know me and my cloths, I like to keep them. All right, so I don't know if you saw this. It looks like it's a crossbar lock. That's kind of cool. Matter of fact, I just got a really fancy crossbar lock in just this weekend, and I would use this to open it. This is my Misto from Hogue Knives. This is one of their collector series, Magna Cut. Really, really great, fantastic knife. So I like the crossbar. All right, so this is called a Hectare crossbar lock. Nice deep milled pocket carry, not milled. Recessed screws, reversible. It's not cut out, so that's nice. Looks like, oh yeah, T8s all the way. I've got to look at that. That has got to be T8s. Is that T8s? That is T8s. Let me see. Is this T8? Oh yeah, it's T8s. How about the? No, that. All right. So the deep pocket carry clip is T6s. Let's just double check that. Yeah, they're T6s. But the other ones are T8s. That's pretty stinking cool. Nice job, CJRB. Very, very cool. It's got some nice little jimping on top there. Oh, that's a polished blade. Yeah, I've seen that before. I have that on my Artisan Cutlery Satyr. I like everything is rounded on the G10 scale. It's got nice little texture. I like the crossbar lock. This looks a lot like the Volcano thumb studs. Really, really nice. Pretty thin blade. Yeah, dead nut centered, which is really nice. It's got a lanyard hole, but not prioritized. Definitely a super deep pocket carry clip. I like that a lot. I really like all of the rounding around here. I can already tell you that's going to be comfortable. Even with a flat G10 scale, you do that, that's a huge, huge win in my book. All right, so let's see this. Now it's got a fuller hole, thumb hole, what you call it, whatever you want. So it's meant where I can put my finger in there and flick it open. Ooh, look at that beautiful blade. That's kind of a sand polished blade. It reminds me of the Artisan Cutlery Satyr. It is ARP M9, CJRB, beautiful flat grind all the way to the top. Oh yeah, super thin slicer. Let's see how the crossbar lock works. All right, let's do that again. Let me reverse flick it. All right, so brand new. Just you can feel it's a little rough going around there, but it needs to break in a little bit. It is ARP M9. So you got a lock bar that's engaging with the tang of the blade, rolling over that round part. Then it locks in place right there. That works really nice. All right, so what I'm talking about is, so you've got the crossbar lock. This bar is going across and it falls in, and it'll pull itself shut here in seconds. Kind of acting like a detent. All right, so ready? And that pulls it in. You know, it does move a little bit, but that's because it's moving. You can see here. See, that moves with it. So it's not T-dent lash. It's just how the crossbar lock. That's what you're overcoming when you're trying to deploy it, right? You're overcoming that lock bar, and there's omega springs in there that's keeping that pushed against. So let's see here, left-handed works really nicely because it is ambidextrous. Now you got to get in there. Yeah, got to get in there. Definitely got to get in there. Now I will say that the access to that thumb hole, fuller hole, it's a little tight, but all you need to do is just get your meat of your finger in there, and it works just fine, right? Now if you got really, really fat fingers, which I do, it could become challenging, but I can get them in there. But you know, maybe a little challenging for you. I don't know. The crossbar lock works pretty well. It is a little gritty. I can't tell. Let me see where my flashlight is. Here we are. I want to see, is this possibly, trying to see if this is, okay, I think it's cage bearings. So it definitely feels like cage bearings. That's what it is. But the cage bearings are a little rough, a little gritty. I don't know if it's because it's dirty or what, but I feel like they could be a little nicer. So, but it could be just breaking in too. So we'll have to fidget with it a little bit. That's what you normally do with a knife like this. You want to fidget so you can get it broken in. Because even that little wear across the lock bar with the Omega springs pushing against it, it's got to wear in on that tang of that blade like that. So that'll wear in nicely. This will be a cool little giveaway knife. It's definitely a budget knife. Very cool. I like this, works well. On the grip, I've got large hands, so I'm almost using the entire width of that, you know. You have a little extra room for extra large, double extra large hands. You do have a choke up point. I can choke up here like this. It's more of a trigger choke up, right? I don't want to do a full flat like that because it'll cut in there. But you can definitely do a trigger choke up, which means you can also do a pinch grip like that. And it is a drop point as far as I'm concerned. Some people, yeah, this is a drop point to me. You know, you can argue whatever you want, but I'll call it a drop point as far as I'm concerned. It's not a spear point. It's definitely not a Warren Cliff or anything like that, not even close. But, you know, not bad. I like the fuller hole. It does allow for reverse flicking. That's really cool. So that's nice. Now, you know, I've heard people, some people are like, I don't want anything cut out, makes the blade weak, blah, blah. You don't hate whatever. You get the knife you want, and if it's not for you, then it's not for you, right? Totally get it. But some of us, we like to have a little fuller hole, little thumb hole to reverse and regular flick. We like the fidget factor that it does do. And now being a crossbar lock, I can use the crossbar lock to open and close it. So see, I have multiple deployments, which is nice. Can I do it one-handed? Yeah, you sort of can do it one-handed. Sometimes they don't work really well one-handed. You know, springs are a little tight or whatever. I will tell you one thing I discovered on this one. This works really well one-handed. I don't know why. It's guided in there really, really well. So I can flick it out and I can absolutely close it one-handed, which is, I think, is stinking cool. Anyways, but you are talking a massive amount of difference in price here. USA made, really good quality. I mean, this is still great quality, very budget friendly. So this is a great budget knife. This is one of these knives you can give away as a gift. You can have in a car. It could be a backup knife. It could be a kind of a workhorse knife, something you keep in a backpack. You know, maybe it's something you carry because you know you don't want to beat up your other knives, and this is your knife that you want to carry around. If you're on a budget, this is a great budget knife, and that's why we call them budget knives, because you know sometimes you're on a budget and you can't spend this kind of money on a knife. You know, maybe that's something you like to do down the road. But if you're always beaten up and losing your knives, then maybe this is more of a knife for you. But I will say, some people who justify getting a $5, $10 knife, I think you need to spend a little bit more getting a good quality knife, because the reality is, if the knife is not a good quality, sorry, I can hear the really loud background there, if you can hear that. If it's a really good quality knife, you really want to make sure it can open and close well, it locks well. You want to keep your fingers safe. You don't want to go so cheap that you get a dangerous knife. And these knives are pretty good. You know, you're looking at 50, 60 bucks for a knife. This is a pretty nice knife. I think you would be highly impressed with this. I think this would be a really great knife. It is the, it's called the, what is it called? The Hectare, I guess, like a measurement of a tool, whatever. But I think it's normally like a $60 knife, so maybe a little bit more. I can't quite remember. But if you, just so you know, I got a White Mountain Knives, and if you didn't know, use my code. Look down in the description. You get 10% off RNK10. You know, if you go shopping at White Mountain Knives, you get that 10% off most items. There's a few exceptions, right? But you can get 10% off most items, and really nice little discount to have. And why not? Save yourself some money. I don't get anything for the channel. I don't. The only thing I get is that, you know, discount to you guys and goodwill toward the retailer that, hey, you know, people are coming over there because of the channel and they hear about some stuff and I recommend it. And there's a little coupon code. And so sometimes that coupon code is the difference between shopping there and somewhere else. I understand. Trust me, 10% can be a world of difference depending on what you're buying and how much you're getting. So it's not bad. So there you go. This is the Hectare. It's a crossbar lock. T8s all the way around. Yeah, it's T8s there as well. Looks like it's not a captive pivot. That's the difference. It looks like it's got two different pivots. So you might need a second screwdriver, right? One to hold and one the other side, which I do. I have several double screwdrivers just in case if I ever take this apart. Probably fits the Skiff cage bearings, which I would have to take apart and verify. But very cool little knife. I will say the action is getting a little bit better. And sometimes when I take these apart, that action can get even better than that. It could be just that there's dirt and stuff in there, and if you just flip it out, and it works really well. But I like this. I like this. It's a nice thin blade. It's a nice slicey blade, I'll say that much. Very nice slicey blade. And I love that polished finish on there. That's really nice. You don't normally see that. on a thinner blade budget knife like this. So that's really, really cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, very cool. I like it a lot. So the CJRB Hectare G10 scales, rounded all the way around, even a little cutaway to get into the thumb stud there. Beautiful ARP M9 polished, which is nice. The access crossbar lock itself is nice. It's got some nice volcanoes on there. Deep pocket carry clip, definitely reversible for left and right hand carry. 2 standoffs in the back, really nice texturing on here, really comfortable. Good size for a large to extra large hands. If you choke up, you can get to double, triple extra large hands for sure. Starts to break in really nicely. It's got some nice jimping from up here. This is actually functional jimping. It's not so light that it's just cosmetic. It looks like it could work without shredding you apart. You can choke up like that, which is really nice. It's rounded in the back. None of that digs in, causes any discomfort. And the crossbar lock works pretty well. So here's the other thing. You can slow roll it. Like a lot of people like to slow roll their knives. So you can absolutely slow roll this knife as well. And you can also use the crossbar lock to open and close it, which is really nice. Yeah, very, very cool. There's a stop pin right there. You can see that. Let's take some nice close-ups so you guys can take a look at this knife. So here you can see the blade. The G10 handles, pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the back with the deep pocket carry clip and the blade. Nice polished finish there. Very cool. All right, let's take a look at the top there. You can take a look at that. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So let's look at the top of that blade. Nice robust tip. It's got some strength to it. It's not super, super thin. Wouldn't pry with this knife. Remember, these are tools. These are knives. They're meant to cut. They're not meant to pry. If you want to pry, get a pry bar, get a screwdriver, get something that's meant to do that. Nicely rounded all the way around. You see that deep pocket carry clip? Definitely. The screws are recessed, so you have nice room for clearance there with the clip, steel clip. All right, let's look at the back here. So there are steel liners. I don't know if you can see that in there. Steel liners with some great weight relief. They've been cut out on both sides, which means that the steel liners themselves have relieved a little bit of weight, which makes this a pretty light knife, which is really nice. The G10 all the way around, I really like that. I like this right here. These on the crossbar lock is really nice. That works. It's got just enough texturing on the side here without having to be, you know, something that's uncomfortable. So I like that a lot. Very, very cool. So let's zoom out. One more. All right, so again, the Hectare, or Hectare, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. All right. But very cool little knife. I like this. I like this a lot. I think it's kind of cool. This will be a great little giveaway for the channel, I think. I would love to win something like this. That's the thing, is I like to get things that would, so the money I make on the channel, goes toward all the giveaways, right? I do that. So I thank everyone who watches the videos, the channel members. That's where all the money goes. It goes into this giveaways so that I can keep doing more giveaways. At some point, I would love for it to go into knives that I could help build a collection and do better reviews and stuff and comparisons, right? That would be really cool. But right now, I just want to make sure that these extra knives I'm buying is covered by the channel. And so I appreciate you guys for that. I really do. Yeah, hey, if you have any questions about this knife, the upcoming review, or the channel, please comment down below. I do try to reply to everybody. I enjoy that part of the channel. It means a lot to me. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps out the channel. Allows me to produce more content, allows the channel grow, channel get bigger, basically, and ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys out there. I really genuinely, honestly mean that. And then to all you guys who watch the videos, who like, who subscribe, I really appreciate you guys. That's a huge, huge help to the channel. So thank you. And then to all the channel members who are part of this journey, who wanted to support the channel and be part of it, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys. Nobody should ever feel like they have to become a channel member. And I know almost every one of you guys chose to be a channel member, and I am humbled by that and appreciate the partnership with that, helping the channel to be what it is. It means a lot to me. So I just want to tell you that. Thank you. And if you're one of these people that said, hey, I might want to be a channel member. Hey, I have 3 different tiers. One that's pretty inexpensive per month, and the other one that's a little more. It's not much. We're talking like $2.99 to $4.99, I think, to $9.99. So at least as of this video, that's what the tiers are. It could change maybe later on if there's enough request for it. You know, I'm more than happy to make another tier if people want it. But what that means is you do have a once a month giveaway I do that. That's not my way to bribe anybody. It's just my way to say thank you. Because a lot of you guys have been channel members from the beginning, and that's just my way to say thank you to every one of you guys. I do appreciate that. There is also, you know, exclusive content. If you became a channel member either now or in the past, and you've never asked for a sticker from the channel, email me with your name and address, and I will mail one out to you. I promise. That's something that's very important to me. I want to do that. And if you're one of the elite members, like the premium one, the Uber Nerd, you get a super special sticker. There's also early release and content and stuff like that. So just my way to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate you very much. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate every one of you. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. That's my way to say thank you to every one of you guys. I really do appreciate you guys very, very much. So thank you for subscribing to the channel and becoming channel members. It's huge. Thank you. Hey, if you haven't already checked me out over on Instagram, maybe check me out at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.